James Madison, often celebrated as the father of the Constitution, occupies a pivotal place in the American story. Yet, beyond the well-known titles and historic moments, Madison's life offers a deeper exploration of the complexities of building a nation from the ground up. Born in 1751 in Virginia, Madison's intellectual prowess, commitment to Republican ideals, and pragmatic understanding of governance played a defining role in shaping the fledgling United States. But what made this shy, bookish man from the American South so instrumental in the creation of the Constitution? And how did his personal beliefs color the decisions he made throughout his life? James Madison's early years were marked by frailty and introspection. Born to a wealthy Virginia planter family, he was never one for physical pursuits. His health issues confined him to the study, where his sharp mind took root. It was here that Madison first encountered the European Enlightenment, which left an indelible mark on his worldview. Thinkers like John Locke, Montesquieu and Rousseau weren't just distant names in books. They were foundational figures in Madison's developing philosophy on governance and liberty. Madison's time at the College of New Jersey, now Princeton, was transformative. Under the guidance of the Presbyterian minister and academic leader John Witherspoon, he honed his ideas on republicanism and governance. Can we trace the seeds of his constitutional vision to his early education? The revolutionary ideals that rippled through the colonies in the 1770s found a receptive ear in Madison, whose passion for liberty but also for structure and order set him apart from many of his contemporaries. By 1776, when the colonies declared independence, Madison had already emerged as a political voice in Virginia. His contributions to the Continental Congress were not merely about asserting the rights of Americans, but also about forging a practical vision for governance in the aftermath of revolution. Madison quickly realized that a mere rejection of monarchy wasn't enough. New ideas were required to create a stable and just system of government. The Articles of Confederation, which served as the first constitution, proved too weak to hold the nascent United States together. What drove Madison's desire for a strong central government when many feared it would infringe on liberty? In 1787, the Constitutional Convention convened in Philadelphia to address the inadequacies of the Articles of Confederation. Madison's role was nothing short of crucial. He arrived prepared, not just with a legal mind, but with a full plan for how a new, stronger government could be structured. His proposal for a federal system with a bicameral legislature, a strong executive, and an independent judiciary laid the foundation for what would become the US Constitution. But it wasn't just his proposals that left a lasting legacy. It was Madison's ability to navigate the complex political landscape of the convention. While other founding fathers like Benjamin Franklin and George Washington were respected for their leadership, it was Madison's strategic thinking and deep understanding of human nature that allowed him to steer the convention's direction. His vision for a large republic, a government with enough diversity and size to prevent any single faction from gaining too much power, was revolutionary. Madison believed that a larger republic could better safeguard individual rights. By incorporating a system of checks and balances, he sought to create a government capable of self-correction. His faith in the system of government he helped craft was firm, but his belief in the importance of protecting individual rights was just as strong. Do we still face the same challenges Madison anticipated when he designed the Constitution? Despite his central role in drafting the Constitution, Madison wasn't entirely satisfied with the document as it stood. The absence of explicit protections for individual freedoms led to vocal objections from anti-federalists who feared the potential tyranny of a powerful central government. Initially opposed to the idea of adding a Bill of Rights, Madison eventually recognized its necessity for the Constitution's survival. In what can be seen as a shift in his thinking, Madison took the lead in drafting the first 10 amendments, ensuring that the basic rights of Americans, freedom of speech, the right to a fair trial, protection from unreasonable searches, were enshrined in law. What do you think motivated Madison to change his stance on the Bill of Rights? Was it political pressure, or did his views evolve over time? Madison's presidency from 1809 to 1817 came at a time when the young nation was grappling with both foreign and domestic challenges. His 2 terms were defined by tensions with Britain and France, both of which interfered with American trade and sovereignty. Madison found himself facing a dilemma. Should he continue the diplomatic efforts of his predecessors, or should the United States go to war? In 1812, after repeated provocations, Madison made the difficult decision to declare war on Britain. The War of 1812, however, did not go as planned. The United States suffered humiliating defeats, and Washington, D.C. was burned by British forces. Yet the war ended in 1815 without a clear victor. However, the Treaty of Ghent restored the status quo, and the conflict's resolution sparked a wave of national pride. The war also led to the demise of the Federalist Party, which had opposed the conflict. Was the War of 1812 a defining moment for Madison, or was it a misstep that nearly undermined his legacy? After his presidency, Madison retired to his home at Montpelier in Virginia. Though he distanced himself from the political stage, he remained deeply involved in intellectual and civic life, contributing to the shaping of future generations of American leaders. He also continued to refine his thoughts on republicanism and the structure of government, always with an eye toward preserving the balance he had worked so hard to create. Madison died in 1836, having lived to see the country he helped create become a rising power on the global stage. His vision of a republic characterized by checks and balances, the protection of individual rights, and a government responsive to the will of the people remained deeply embedded in the nation's political DNA. Even as political parties evolved, and as the nation expanded and faced new challenges, Madison's influence remained, shaping not just the early United States, but the very principles that continue to guide it today. Looking at Madison's legacy, how do you think his balance of idealism and pragmatism shaped the United States Constitution? In what ways are we still grappling with the same issues he faced? James Madison was a man of contrasts, deeply intellectual, yet practical, a fervent believer in liberty, yet willing to concede the necessity of strong government. As we reflect on his life, it's clear that his work laid the foundation for the United States political system. From his careful drafting of the Constitution to his leadership during the War of 1812, Madison's contributions remain critical to our understanding of governance, democracy, and the balance between liberty and order. How do you think Madison would have responded to the political challenges we face today, from polarization to issues of federalism? Please like and subscribe for more content like this.